Hi, I'm Adam with Contemporary Woods. Today I have Galen with me. Galen, what did we find today?
I found some glue spots that that didn't show up until I stained it. I thought I'd sand these door fronts really well, and then once I get in here and start staining them, glue spots, water spots, they just show up no matter how well I sand it. So we're just trying to figure out a way where we can eliminate those flaws before they get to this point.
So what we've come up with, we've had this sample board years ago. You can see glue. I don't know if that comes through in the camera or not, but glue leaves a residue even after you sand it. If you don't know what's there to focus on, you won't be able to get it all off. The same thing with water. Water raises the grain and lets the stain take darker there. So these two things are pretty pervasive through all wood manufacturing. Ways that we can improve this is, for one, getting glue is harder than water because glue is actually like a plastic layer almost that stops a stain. Water can be just as troublesome, but water can be blended out. And so some of the tips and tricks we were talking about is communication. That's one of our core values. Galen, you want to explain how we are going to communicate this?
Well, if you come to a spot where you wiped some glue off and you think you've got it all, even if you did or if you didn't, if you could mark it with a pencil so that I know I can pay special attention to that spot and maybe eliminate that before we get to this point.
Also, to avoid this water basically happened because water was left on the surface here. But what happens is if you were to blend it more with a sponge or with a rag, so say you did have some glue that you wanted to scrub off and you took that sponge with clean water and you scrubbed it and you flipped your sponge and scrubbed it and you got clean water probably 3 or 4 times so that you could get rid of that glue residue. There's still obviously water there and we want to avoid the water. So one of our tips we've used in the shop for many years is to take that sponge and kind of blend it out. So if you've wiped really heavy here and this part's really saturated, you can kind of blend it with the grain. Always go with the grain and kind of blend it out. And so as you blend it more, your sponge will get a little bit drier, but you'll kind of blend it from going from a dry to a wet to more of a dry, kind of moist, a little bit wetter, and then that will help dry a little bit more evenly and kind of blend that out. And of course, still tell the next person that's taking your project over, hey, I had an issue here, this was wet. You can put a piece of masking tape on it, you can put a piece of put pencil line on it, but communication is the core value we're talking about today. So thanks, Galen, I appreciate your help.
Yep.